All right, Nalinikanth Gollagunta, CEO of Mahindra Automotive, joins us now. Let's take our conversation forward in terms of understanding how the dispatch numbers have been, auto dispatch numbers have been for the month of May. How would you assess the sales momentum going forward, and what are the key factors influencing demand? And is it reasonable to expect that the recent 84,000 plus sales figure will be sustained in coming months?
We've had a great May. So we built about 52,431 SUVs, which gives us a growth of about 21%, which is in line with what we put out in the analyst presentation in May, that we'll do mid to high teens growth. Our portfolio continues to have very strong traction in the market. And so we are quite optimistic with the mid to high teens growth projection we have given out on the SUV volumes.
Along with that, could you provide some insights into the current sales momentum for the electric SUVs? And specifically, could you share the month-on-month sales growth figures, if possible, and details about the existing order book? How is it panning out for the electric side?
In February, we got about 30,000 bookings. And so we've been actively working to service all of those customers. At this point in time, we're very close to the 10,000 retail deliveries that we've had. And if you go back and see the April numbers, we don't have the final May numbers, and we'll get to that on EV. But our revenue market share was north of 33%, and that made us number one. So we continue to see similar traction going forward. And we have an operationalized capacity of about 5,000 vehicles per month, and we have strong bookings to back that.
Right. Could you also give us insights into the contribution of the lower variant models, specifically Pack 1 and 2, within your electric SUV order book? And also additionally, you've been adhering to the previously announced delivery timelines. And are you doing that for these variants?
When we announced the different packs in February and then the dates after that, we've released only Pack 3 for both BE6 and 9E. And so far, the deliveries we have done have only been in those two packs. And we put out dates for each of the other packs, which would be in late June and then July, August, subsequently for other packs as well. So we are in line for that, and we are on track to delivering vehicles to those timelines.
Highlighting that there could be soon a shortage of critical component from China. What is your assessment on that, and are you concerned about that?
It's what has happened is China has implemented an export requirement of end-use certification for rare earth materials. And that basically means that you require additional clearance with their customs agencies. So for now, with Mahindra, we are covered with our vehicles for about next 2 months with the existing stocks. Most of our supplies have applied or in the process of applying for end-use certifications already. And so that gives us confidence that we'll be able to tide over this. But we are also deploying additional de-risking strategies with alternate materials, sub-assembly buying, and we're also working very closely with the government agencies for faster clearance of the end-use applications.
Along with that, for the past couple of months, we are already seeing that the steel prices are inching up, at least in the domestic market. And some of these OEMs are highlighting that there could be marginal upside even from these levels. How do you see the inflation in the raw material basket, and how do you plan to modify your pricing strategy with respect to that?
Inflation in steel prices, we already factored in, and we had a set of price increases we had put in May as well. Early May, so that has been taken care of. I think going forward at this point in time, again, it's very hard to predict. It's a highly dynamic situation, but we are optimistic that it will be a fairly benign inflationary situation from a commodities perspective.
Right. And how about exports? How are they shaping up, and what are the expectations going forward?
Yeah, no, we're quite optimistic. Our exports both in South Africa and Australia. We had launched the 3XO, XUV 3XO in South Africa a few months back. And I'm happy to note that we just won the South Africa Car of the Year award for XUV 3XO. So we've had fairly strong traction on that model. And we are very close to launching that product in Australia as well. So on top of the Scorpio N XUV 700, we're now having a compact SUV added to the portfolio in both these markets. And we are quite enthused by the response we have gotten so far.
All right, with this, we let you go on that. Thank you so much for taking the time out and speaking with us on the May sales data as well as what's the outlook going ahead. But moving on then, we got
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.